Make Money by Professor Generate More Cash, or PGMC for short. That's me. We're talking about how to make money. Now, you'll notice how to make money is crossed out. And the reason for this is, in fact, I'm going to put a headphone in quickly because I think with a headphone, you're going to hear me even more clearly. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to plug this headphone in. Pow. I think that's a little bit clearer, guys. If it's not clearer or the sound's worse, let me know. There you go. You can hear me, guys? Is it clearer? Right. How to make money. How to make money is crossed out. And the reason it's crossed out is because I want you to understand something. You cannot make money. You can only take money from somebody else. Most people understand, most people have this view of, because you work, in the average Joe's life, they work and they get money. So they go to work, they make something, and then they get money. So they think they're making money. You cannot make money. You can only take money from other people. You can only convince other people to give you money. That's the only way money can be made, unless you're the Federal Reserve, and you're not the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve makes money. You take money. So when you're going through life, I want you guys to stop saying, I want to make money. You have to start saying, I want to take money. Because that's how you have to think. You don't make it. You take it. So you have to start talking that way. You got to take money. There was a very smart man who worked in the pimping business. I can't remember his exact name. And his quote and his truth, this is a truthful quote. His quote was, business is simple. It's just other people's money. That's all a business is. A business is getting other people to send you their money. That's what a business is. So we're no longer going to say we're going to make money. We're going to talk about how we're going to take money, because that's what we're going to do. Here's where we talk about how you can't make it. You can only take it, which is absolutely true. Now, the Federal Reserve makes money. It doesn't matter. In America, they make dollars. It doesn't matter what country you're in. You've got your own version of the Federal Reserve. They create money from thin air. You need to understand something, is that money isn't real, and it's created from thin air to enslave us. You are slaves for money. The people who are in charge of the world, what they do is they type in numbers on a screen and they turn on the printer. They print pieces of paper, and then they use these pieces of paper to make you do things you don't want to do and make you a slave for pieces of paper that they make effectively for free. Now, the important thing about this is that this destroys the idea of saving yourself rich. I have lots of people come to me and go, oh, well, I'm saving for, if I save for my retirement, save. You cannot save yourself rich, because you can never save money faster than the Federal Reserve can print money. During this coronavirus thing, they've printed trillions of dollars. Trillions. T with a T. Trillions. You even know how much that is? Let's look it up. Trillions of dollars have been printed. They call it quantitative easing. They call it like economy rescue. They call all these stupid things. Basically what they do is they turn on the printing press and they print money. And during this coronavirus thing, they printed more than ever. So there's no point in you saving this money, working hard, saving little bits, and then they just print more. That's why your money, that's why you have to deal with inflation. That's why your money's worth less every year. But my point is, if more and more is going into circulation, you need to find a way to get more and more. You don't need to save the little bits you have, like a little squirrel. Let me get the little bits, let me just save them. No, you got to find a way to get more and more. More exists. Every day there is more money. Remember, we're not trying to make money, we're trying to take money. Every day there is more money out there. Every street you drive down, every building is owned by somebody. Somebody owns that building. Billions of dollars. You drive down one road, you see billions. That skyscraper, that building, millions. From Tokyo, Shanghai, Dallas, LA, everything. There is so much money, it's everywhere. You have to find a way to take. You cannot make, and you cannot save. I want to give a very quick example. We're going to very quickly look at my Instagram. Let me quickly do this and show you my Instagram page. Pay attention here, guys. So you can see my Instagram. We've got an M5. We've got a Vanquish S Ultimate. It's only 175 in the world. We've got a 992. Here we got a Lamborghini Huracan. Here we got McLaren 720S. This is a bag with $1 million in it. This is the S63 AMG. This is me in all these different places, traveling the world. This is me with Chris Eubank. Blah, blah, blah. You cannot save enough money to live this lifestyle. Even if you made 10,000 euro a month. Let's imagine you made 10,000 euro a month. Okay, I've got $3 million of cars. That's what I've got. So let's imagine you make $10,000 a month. Because everyone says, oh, if I could make $10,000, I'd be really happy if I could make $10,000. So if you think $10,000 is a good amount, then let's do some math. I got $3 million of cars. You're making $10,000 a month. You are saving 100% of your income. You're not spending any of it. You're not spending a penny. You're eating for free, living for free, getting to and from work for free, not going out with your friends. You're not doing nothing. And each month, you're saving your whole $10,000. It's going to take you 300 months, 25 years divided by 12. 300 months is 25 years to save up enough money to buy my cars. 25 years of your life, you're going to have to save and work and spend $0 to get my cars. It's impossible. The only way you get my cars is by earning more, not by saving. Get rid of the idea of saving. Get rid of the idea of making money. Now, I'm not saying be irresponsible. I'm not saying throw all your money away. But the idea that you can save yourself rich is a joke. It's the kind of lie that the people in charge, the slave masters, want you to believe. Oh, don't worry. Just keep working and you keep saving $100 a month while I print trillions a week. That's stupid. Don't be stupid. More money exists every day. You have to find a way to take more money. Money is like water. Water is always moving. Pay attention to the cycle of precipitation. It rains, it hits the ground, it flows down the street, goes down the drain, goes in the drain, down a pipe, goes into the river, flowing in the river, goes into the ocean. The ocean is sitting there, sun comes, it evaporates, goes back into the sky, the cloud floats somewhere else, it rains again. Water is always moving, all the time. And money is the same. Money never stays still. If you put money in a bank, that bank is using it for something. If you spend money, it's moving from one place to another. If you buy a Starbucks, Starbucks takes your money, pays its employees. Then the employee goes to fucking the store and buys something. The money is always moving. So once again, we are not trying to make money. More money exists every day. We are trying to take money, and it's always moving. Now, let me ask you guys a question. If you were a bandit, understand something. If you were a bandit and you wanted to take people's stuff, like, you know, the train robbers or the old school coach bandits, they wouldn't try and get the gold when it was stuck in the vaults or the banks. They would try and get the gold when it was moving. They'd wait till it was being transported and they'd hijack it, run up on it, bop, 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 give me the gold. So when something's moving, it's vulnerable. So money is always vulnerable. Write this down. We're not trying to make money. We're trying to take money. More exists every day. It's always moving and it's vulnerable. It's vulnerable because it's always moving. If you can find and identify a place where money is moving, if you can find a place where money is moving and stand in the way, then the money is vulnerable. So I've made money lots of different ways. Lots of you guys know all the different ways I make money. And I don't want to talk about that very much, but I will give you a very quick example. OnlyFans, if you don't know what that is, I'll give you a very quick example. It's girls who sell pictures to horny guys. I saw girls making a lot of money with OnlyFans. So I saw money moving. Girls, guys, pictures being sent, money. I saw money moving. So I stood in the middle, got some girls I knew who didn't do OnlyFans and said, look, I'll teach you how to do it. I'll take a cut. So I put myself in the middle of the money movement and I got some money. You have to stand in the middle of the money. If you stand in the right place at the right time, you're going to get wet. If you stand in the right place at the right time, you're going to get rich. Everyone who got rich with some... Who's this Sebastian guy typing shit? Don't keep typing shit, Sebastian. You have to you have to be in the right place at the right time to get rich. It's exactly the same. Identify, yes, kick him out. Who is this guy? Now you can't talk anymore, Sebastian. This is my webinar. KKK, does my message even send? Now you're muted. Now your message doesn't send. Who are these people? Anyway, for you who are still paying attention, fuck Sebastian. You people paying attention. You have to identify where it's moving and you have to attack the money. Just like a goal on a train, you got to run up on it. So I saw money moving and I ran up on it. That's what you have to do. So this is the reframe. You don't make money. You must take money. Money is always moving. There's more of it every day. And it is vulnerable. And you must find where money is moving and attack it. I'll give you guys a perfect example. Look at these companies like Glovo. Glovo, what's Glovo? Glovo thought people order food. Okay, well, how about I deal with getting the food from the store to the person and I can make some money? That's all it is. They saw money moving. Money's going to a restaurant, food's going to a person. Well, if I can find a way to streamline the delivery, I can make some money. It's getting in the way of money moving. Start paying attention to how money's moving and start trying to get in the way. Right. There are 4 main ways to getting money. You either trade your time for money, you trade information for money, you give a product or a service for money, or you put something to work for money. I'll say that again. We're going to go through them one by one. These are the main ways that money will arrive in your bank account. Remember what I just told you guys, the 4 main things about cash, how it works, how you got to attack it, identify where it's moving, etc. These are the 4 main ways money is made. First is time for money. Now, this is what most jobs are. And there's nothing wrong with the job. A lot of people are going to come and say, quit your job. No, there's nothing wrong with having a job. And it's better than doing nothing. But this is the first level. This is the first level on how to make money. So what you do when you have a job is you give up your time to get some cash. So a guy will say, if you stand here all day, I'll give you X amount of money. And you agree. You give up your time to make money. The problem with giving up your time to make money is what? Who knows the problem with giving up your time to make money? I'll tell you the problem. The problem is you only have a certain amount of time. It's very difficult to get rich if you give up your time for money because you have a certain amount of time. You need to sleep. You need to eat. You got other stuff to do. You haven't got the time to sit there and get rich that way. So time for money is great. And obviously, the more valuable your time is, the better. That's fine. You can make more. But you still have a finite amount of time. And this is the problem with trading your time for money. Next is information for money. Now, the good thing about getting information for money is that your time is not explicitly linked. So if you do something like a video giving information, that one video, you can film it one time, but it can be given out or sold 1,000,000 times, and you get paid every single time. But your time is no longer linked to the money. So a lot of people make money purely on information. And it can be done lots of ways. It can be done with what I'm doing right now. I'm making money based on what I know right now. I am selling information to you people. I know information and I'm providing it. There are also high-level consultants who do the same thing. Information is valuable. We live in the age of information. Another thing I guys want you to write down your notes. Some of the 2 most important things in the world today are information and attention. If you have information and you can get attention, you will be rich. Because if you can get attention, people are going to pay attention to you. And if you have information to give them, you're going to be rich. This webinar is an example of how me, a person who can attract attention, who has information, can make money. So information for money is better than time for money. Now, every single person sitting here, there must be something you know. You know something. You know something others don't know. It doesn't matter if it's how to play guitar. Doesn't matter if it's how to play piano. Doesn't matter if it's how to fix a car. Doesn't matter what it is. You must have some information that other people find useful. That information can be weaponized and it can be turned into money. We're going to get into how to do that later, but it's not actually very complicated. You need to garner attention. You need to produce the videos or the subject material or the PDFs or whatever you want to do, explain to people what you know. You need to establish credibility so they understand that they can trust you and they will pay for your information. This is another way to get money, information. So keep that in mind, write that down. Because when you write down your piece of paper information, you also need to sit and think, what do I know that other people don't know? So there must be something you know, and that information is valuable. You have to convince people it's valuable and to come and buy it from you. Next, this is what most businesses do. They provide a product or a service for money. Now, this is different from information because even though if you provide a service, you have information. Let's say you fix cars. You know how to fix cars. You have that information. But you're not selling the information. You're selling the service, which is different. The information would be selling me a book on how to fix my own car. The service is coming here and to fix it for me. So a product or service selling for money. This is very, very simple. This is what most businesses do. They get a product or a service and they sell it for a markup. Now, this is the way that most mega businesses make money, but in the modern world, it's quite difficult to do. And it's difficult to do because most products and services are monopolized. They're monopolized because everyone's already selling everything. And we live in a global economy now. And there's no product you can think of that I can't go to Amazon.com and find cheaper from China, and they'll sell it at a 1 penny, maybe 2 penny markup. So the product route is getting harder unless you're very, very unique and you build a brand, which is something we're going to get into. The service is fine, but you know what the problem with service is? Service is once again linked to your time. If you're providing a service, you're still giving up your time for money. Do you understand? So the product angle is difficult, the service angle is difficult, the time angle is difficult. So far, the only angle we have will allow you to make money scalable out and beyond is information for money. Next, putting something else to do the work for you. Now, this is what corporations and the mega rich people do. They either get people to work for them or they get their money to work for them. So to keep their time free, they make other people or other things give up their time. So a company will come along. Let's look at the slides. A company will come along with a service. It will advertise its service. It will then hire people, number one. It will get people to work for them. And then those people will give up their time in exchange for a wage, give up their time in exchange for a wage, and the company will keep money. So the owner of that company, although he has to manage things, his time is not explicitly linked to income. Now the super wealthy, what the super wealthy people do is, they get their money to work for them. And if your money works for you, it's even better than people, because people need to be managed a lot more than money. Your money doesn't need to be managed. Money just works. So if you have millions of dollars and you put them in a 10%, you can get a 10% return or even a 3% return. You're going to be rich on the interest without doing anything. So making your money make you money is great, but you can only live off this money if you already have a lot of money. So let's go back through and analyze. Getting people to work for you is complicated setup because you actually need to sell a product or service to get most people to work for you. Also, you need to people manage. So for a long period of time, you're not going to have your time free. This is the first thing. Second thing, getting your money to work for you, you need a lot of money to live off the work your money does. You need a lot of money to get this to happen. Most people don't have enough money to put their money to work to live off it. Now, you still should put your money to work. I want to talk about that. But you can't live off your money working for you. Product or service for money, we've discussed already. Your time is going to be linked to it. It's extremely difficult to sell products nowadays unless you're very, very strong with your branding or you find something very unique. And services is once again going to be linked. It's once again going to be linked to your time. Back again, time for money, it's finite. So once again, it's difficult. So of the 4 main ways to make money, the best way to make money is information for money. Because if you can provide information for money, you can find a way to streamline it so the information already exists. So let's look at a map. Let's say you're a map company. I know this is totally out of date because we have Google Maps now. But when a map company made maps, did they sail around the world every time they wanted to draw a map? No. They sailed around the world. They did it once. They drew it on a map. And then they sold that map over and over and over again. That is selling information for money. We know where the countries are. We know where the things are. We're going to sell you that information for money. So when you're selling information for money, you need to learn it. You need to put it in a format that's tangible. Here's a map company. Perfect. There you go. You need to put it in a format that's tangible for Joe Schmo. And then you need to provide it over and over and over again. So information for money is your best bet at making money, especially online. Because people go to the internet for information. People Google things all day. People are sitting there all day trying to get information. And there is plenty of free information. But still, you will be amazed if you can establish credibility and you can get attention, how you can get people to not want the free information. They want the information from you. So let's imagine you play guitar. You're a guitar player. If I were to Google how to play guitar, I'm sure there would be endless free information telling me how to play guitar. But if I see you playing guitar and the way you play is really cool and your social media is really busy and you get lots of attention and you tell me that you're going to teach me how to play guitar for the low fee of $100, I don't want to learn guitar from anyone. I want to learn from you. I don't want the free guitar. I want to know what you know because you have credibility and you have attention. So don't worry that the information you know is already free on the internet. Don't worry about that. You need to worry about establishing credibility and attention. And information for money is the easiest way. Now, I'm not saying you can't make money the other ways, but I'm still saying that that is your best bet at making money near instantly online. Now, the correct thing to do is to do all of them. If you want to start, if you're starting at the very, very bottom, you need to be doing everything to make money. Because what is the end goal? The end goal is to be like me, where number two, you're getting your money to work for you. I have enough money now that I could take my money, give my money a job, and do nothing. I ain't got to talk to nobody. I ain't got to do nothing. But to get there, you need a lot of money. So that is the end goal, getting your money to work for you. So until you get there, you need to be doing everything. So you should not be wasting time. If you have spare time, you should be trading that time for money. Doesn't matter. Like a lot of people go, I'm going to have a sip of water. A lot of people finish their job and go, oh, I finished my job. Now I can relax. If you want to relax, fine. If you want to be rich, you ain't got time for to relax. You got to find something to do with your time that will make you more money. If you have spare time, you should be trading it for money. You should constantly be on the eye out for a product or service you can trade for money. If you have a product, you go, you know what, I think I could sell some of that. You know what, okay, let me find a way I can sell it without using up too much of my time. I think I could sell it. Or service, oh, this is a good service. Let me see if I can train someone else to do it so I don't have to do it myself. A product or service, again, you should be trying to find a way you can trade them for money. You should be constantly learning useful information and finding a way to teach people, finding a way to display the information you know in a tangible format so that people want to learn from you. So if you know something that other people don't know, can you explain it well? Can you talk clearly? Can you explain it in another language? You need to find a way that you can have the information in your mind and make it very tangible, especially if you know complicated things. Let's say you know something really complicated, like some kind of computer programming. Or another language or something. Can you explain it in a very simple way so that people will can understand, so they will want to learn from you? Yes or no? So you need to be doing all of these things at the beginning. They're super important you're doing them all at the beginning. Now, before we move on to the next slide, if you don't have any questions on what I've explained thus far about how money works, how to view money, and the 4 main ways to make money. So you don't have any questions before we continue? Can the webinar be replayed so I can rewatch it? That's a very good question. I'm deciding whether it's going to be replayable or not, because I kind of want people to just sit and make notes. I kind of like it to be like, pow, in your face, that was your chance. But we'll see later on. Anyway, no questions, no important questions. Right, two things. Is this about energy? Now, I'm going to tell you something which you're not going to believe, but it's true. Money and energy are linked because you need to give the impression that you are absolutely credible, and that is an energy. If I walk into a room and I'm trying to leave that room with people's money, I need to come in that room with the right energy so people trust me. You can't be meek and shy when it comes to money. That's not the way to be. Remember, you have to take money. When's the last time you took something from someone while being meek and shy and a little wimp? That's not how you take things. You take things like a gangster. You roll up on people and you take. You can't take things by being do. So you have to have that rich man energy. I have rich man energy. You can look at me and you can tell I'm rich. You don't know how, but you can just see it. The way I dress, the way I act, the way I talk. I got rich man energy. I had rich man energy before I was rich. And that's why I am rich. You have to have the rich man energy. So you need to understand that you don't make money. You can make things. You can sit in the dark timidly and make something. Dude, sit there like a watchmaker in the dark on his own in the middle of the night and you can make something. But we don't make money. We take money. And if you're going to take money, you roll up with a machine gun and say, give me the money. That's how you get money. Next question. Do we need to establish a niche? No, you just need some information. Everybody knows something. There must be something you know other people don't know. It doesn't matter if it's a travel guide for the best hotels in Nepal. It doesn't matter if it's how to play piano. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. You know something other people don't know. Then you need to establish credibility and garner attention. Then you can sell people your information. It is that simple. Guys, lots of questions here. So save some of them. If I don't answer them, save them because we have a question and answer at the end. One more I'm going to answer. In a case where, let's say, the information we own is very common and easy to get from other people and other free sources, how do people come to me for that information? I think I've answered that question already, but I'll answer it one more time. You garner attention and credibility. I've already said this, but I'm going to say it one more time. Imagine you know something everybody knows. Let's imagine you know how to play guitar. I can Google right now and see lots of free information on how to play guitar. So if I wanted to learn guitar, I could learn for free. But I see your social media. I see you playing guitar with all these chicks, playing guitar on a Lambo, whatever. You look cool. Everyone's paying attention to you. The way you play guitar is unique. I don't want to learn guitar from the internet. I want to learn guitar from you. Now that means I have to pay you money for the information. I will do that because you have got attention, my attention, and you've established credibility. Guys, understand something. Most things in the world are free and people pay anyway. You can get into fantastic shape from home. You don't need a gym. You can go running every morning and do push-ups every night. But why do you pay for the gym? Because you feel better about it. Oh, but if I go to the gym, they have this machine. Oh, blah. You don't need the gym. You pay for it anyway. People don't need your guitar lessons. They pay for it anyway. People pay for things all the time that they don't need. Things that are already free elsewhere. There's loads of free stuff. Bottled water. There's free water in the tap. But no, they establish credibility by saying this is natural carbonated water from the deep glaciers of impossible land. And they get my attention with advertising. And after they get my attention and I read, glacier water from 1 million years ago that dinosaurs drunk. Yeah, I'm going to buy that. It's attention and credibility. The water from the tap is free. The information on the internet is free. But your information is not about what you know. It's about how you spin it. Do you understand